in this video we are going to be modeling this couch. It's not the best reference image. So I don't know how much I'll be following it, but we will give it a shot. I'm going to bring in a plane. Right there, and then we'll set the origin to the 3D cursor. Now I want it to be 42 inches in the Y, and then actually we're going to go 40, we'll do 42. And then 8 feet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a loop cut, scale in the X till it's, I don't know, like that. And I'll take another loop cut. It's roughly even. Let's back up. I'm going to do the delete those faces, and we're going to extrude these into Z, and the armrests I think are probably going to come up, I don't know, about right there. Yeah, probably something like that. And then maybe a little bit lower. Probably like that. Yeah. Alright, now I'm going to put a loop cut here. And then another loop cut here. It's probably the harder way of doing it. And then go to face select. Select these. Extrude them on the Z. Turn snap degree back on. Probably right there. We want this entire back thing to sort of lean back a little bit. Let's hide that again. Maybe I can take select this entire thing, and then I don't know why I like that, and then we'll select this and move this like that. Yeah, I think that looks fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these faces. We don't need these, as well as the inside faces that we have here. There's just no one, yeah. And I think I'm going to put a loop cut, probably right there. Yeah. Maybe move it down just a tad to like right there. We have to go back into wireframe. We're going to have to move this in just a tad. I wonder if I do this. I don't seem to have Loop tools enabled. I see, well, no, that looks terrible. Okay, no, we're just gonna leave it like that. I think that's fine. Alright, so what we're gonna do, we're going to extrude this face across with snap to edge on. Just like that. And then apply scale to everything. And then for the cushions, we'll throw let's get rid of these unneeded faces. It's all of them, right? Yeah. And for the cushions, we'll go like that. Scale these until, I don't know, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these three faces, duplicate them, break them out, move along the y-axis, and then I want to add some thickness to them, so generate, solidify, I don't actually have that one selected. Yeah. Generate solidify, and I'm going to make these 8 inches. Like that. Let me go back to this, focus on this, and start beveling. Just a little bit. Let's do 3. Oh, I missed a couple edges. I missed these. And we'll just do 3 and just a little bit. And shade smooth. So it has legs on it, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add a bottom face to this. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll add bottom face to it. Alright, and so for the couch cushion, we need more of like a roundish shape to it. And they're fluffy cushions. So we're going to select all of the edges and see if we can't achieve something like that. Well, except for these corner pieces, I believe we're going to want those ones to be a little bit different. But we are going to want that. And hold our mouse up 5 times. What I'll do is I'll take this and take this end one, and I'll slide. Well, that ain't gonna work, is it? No, that's just where it wants to sit. There, that'll work. Slide up just like that. We'll actually snap to there. And then perhaps bring it out just a tad. Like that. We'll do the same thing with this. Along the X. There. Shade smooth. And now we gotta do these corner pieces, and they are beveled, but not quite as much. We'll do 4. Now, what we do need to do is kind of, I want to see if maybe we can do it. Can we get rid of these edges without breaking anything? Because I want to inset that just a tad. And then extrude it out just a little bit. Like that. Let's do that. We will extrude a little bit. And then inset it again. And then extrude just a little bit. Now that's very good. Fix all that. They're gonna go. They have to go up top, above the backrest right there. Like that, but at the same time, the actually, I don't even think we have to do that, because the seat cushions will sit underneath them, sort of pushing them up. Okay. But what that does mean is that this has to be thicker. So let's go back in the wireframe, look at it from right here, select that, and see if we can't. Let's turn snapping off. Pull those down like that. And then maybe pull this out just a tad like that. And then, it's gonna bother me if I don't figure out how to do it. I think maybe I just didn't put enough bevel on. But I'm just gonna go with that. I think. And for the next cushion, we're just gonna duplicate that, break it out. Select it, move it forward, move it up. It's like right there. a solidify modifier. I'm like blind right now. Or so. Wrong menu. Solidify 8 inches. What the heck happened there? Huh. That's weird. Very strange. Eight inches. We'll go ahead and apply that to apply. And we will bevel these front faces first. I did 5 on those. Oh, I rolled my mouse up 5 times. Should have probably did something like that, huh? 4. Let me get rid of this. That's messing me up. I don't even need it. I feel like I didn't need it on that one. Maybe I did because of that little part. What ifs? Merge everything. Go ahead and select these 2 faces. Go 5, something like that. Since I kind of want it to match the this one. And do the corners. And we will probably go like that. I guess that looks close, perhaps. Let's move it into position. Yeah, I think that looks fine. What I'm going to try to do now is mirror that one to the other side. Selected. Generate a mirror on the no, I want set origin 3D cursor. Yeah, I want that. And we will have to bring this one up just not to bring the bottom down. Okay. Those are back cushions. I think for the bottom cushions, all I'm going to do is duplicate that, move it on the y-axis, rotate it in the x, oops, somewhat flat, that, Yeah, that'll be fine. And we're gonna move it over like that, up like that, and then down. And then I think these ones will have to come up a little more. So select those and move them up slightly. This needs to tuck right up underneath, something like that. And not really like that. They kind of yeah, like that. Back into wireframe. Go into edit mode, and we're going to drag this. Turn snapping back on and drag it. Snap. Yeah, it's not wanting to do it, so we'll just do it by eye. Snap back right there. And then we'll do this again. I kind of want this to hang over a little bit, just a wee bit. Something like that. I gotta fix these. So what I'm gonna do there is wireframe 1. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to select that. And bring it down to about right there. And I'm thinking, do I want to, what in the world is going on there? Huh. Interesting. Now, I kind of want to extend this to the back right there. So what I'm going to try and do is go into wireframe, see if it'll let me. It's not going to let me slap an edge loop in there. So maybe I'll just make separate cushions that go back there. Or maybe just bring these down a little bit. Like that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. And then I'm going to set this to 3D cursor, see if I can just mirror it across to the other side. Where's mirror? And I can. And then I will duplicate this again. And bring it on Y. Rotate the X. And look at it from the side till it's somewhat flat. And then right down and in. And look at it from the top. Go into wireframe and drag this out till it matches that, kind of. And we have somewhat of a couch. Now what I think I want to do is I want to add cushions to here. Now let's make some armrests. So bring in a plane, scale it down, the armrest to kind of, actually, do I want a plane or a circle? I'm just thinking of adding, yeah, let's try that. Let's try bringing in a circle. Let's bring in a cylinder. Rotate X, 90, scale it down. I think it's some kind of like design like that. And what we'll do, take this face and bring it down to like right here. No, that wouldn't look good, would it? No. Maybe like right there. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for the way the couch is currently set up. So let's just delete that. Bring the plane like I originally had planned. Scale it down. Right there. And then move it to right there. Move this edge to aligns with that. Oh, we could actually have this sort of lean over a little bit. Okay, cool thing. Take this edge and we'll bring it. So let's do this. Line that up with that. Line that up with that. Bring this back about right there. I'm going to take this edge and extrude it down. It's probably like that. We're going to add thickness to this. And probably bring this edge back to about right there. Take this, add a solidify modifier, and we'll put this there. And what about 2 inches? No, 6 inches. Even thickness. Yeah, I don't really like that either. 8 inches. You know what we forgot to do? We forgot to apply rotation and scale. So let's go back to 6 inches. Way too much. 3 inches. Yeah, that could probably work. And what I'll do is I'll take this corner and I'll move it up to where this sits on top. Let's try 2 inches. I think 2 inches are going to be the keeper. So let's apply that. Let's clamp and bevel everything. No, let's yeah, we want this to be rounded, so put a loop cut right there, and like that. Yes, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted either. That's what I wanted. And what I'm thinking I'll do is we will kind of try and center this. Take this top edge and I'll move it upwards. And I want to see what happens if I am to bevel these with a clamp on. That gives us pretty round armrest. What I'll do with this edge is just, no, I can't do that, I gotta delete this face. And then I'll move this edge. What do we got going on here? Let's go all the way back. And I want this hang over just a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Bring it out like that. Let's make sure I have wireframe on when I'm doing it. So perhaps the whole thing. Probably bring it out like maybe a little less, maybe like that. Open the top view. And I want there. And I want to set this. Let's get out of. I want this. And this. Oh, it's X. To be like that. And select that. And we'll line it up that kind of. And what we'll do is select this bottom face. Extrude it down. Like that. Then we take this edge loop. Oh no, we couldn't knock, that's fine, let's back. How's that look? That looks okay. Okay, let's focus on that. And let's put another edge like right here. That's right, that's gonna, can I just dissolve that? Do I really need these? I don't. Which I probably do when I go to do shading. It's probably gonna mess everything up. So, what is? I'll deal with that when I get to it. What happened there? Here's I moved something without moving the other thing, so we want this to snap that. That, and then we want this to come out, kind of like that. Now we're going to bevel all of these edges and see if it gives us that rounded look that we're looking for. And not really, huh? Okay. Well, first off, we're not going to need any of these faces. It's going to make much of a difference when it comes to getting this to work, but, you know, it could, I guess. Let's try beveling this. That doesn't give us as much of a rounded face as we want, so let's we'll do these ones first. And then do these ones. Maybe this one. And then this one. And then this one. And then this. There. And we'll select the edges. And we will bevel those as well. Oh, that's a mess. That looks. Do that. And reselect all these. We'll go something like that, I guess. Get a line going down right there. That's because we have this right here. We dissolve that. Okay, so we need to get rid of some of these extra there. Move it down, then in a little bit. Maybe scale it a tad. Okay, I think that looks fine. Now let's cursor to selected. Origin to 3D cursor. Apply that and use a mirror to mirror it to the other side. And we're going to have to come back to these. Go into wireframe and sort of bring this up until it barely sits on that, and bring it over. that back in the wireframe. I guess we don't really need to be in the wireframe. So it'll be easier. Well, we do, because we need to select everything. Entire edge, and just pull back until it hits about right there. And then we need to fix the corner here. I want this corner to rest just like that. It kind of clips into the. So we can a little bit more. And so and looks fine. It is what it is. I'm gonna dissolve that. See that? Yeah, that makes it a little better. Now we have a line. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can definitely see it. That fixes that. All right. Apply that. I'll apply the mirrors on all of these. That's where we have now the legs. Looks like the legs are just well, what happened there? This, I think what I'll do is let's actually apply rotation scale to everything. Let's hide Bobby over there. Select the entire couch. Merge everything by distance, just in case. And if I bring this up now, can't do that because if I do that, then the faces deleted are going to show. So, what we're going to do is just work on the legs now. I'm going to bevel this a little bit. Let's get closer so I can actually see what's going on here. I'm going to do 3 of them. And then for the legs, I'm thinking I will bring in let's see, how do I want to do this? Circle. How do I want to do the legs? It looks like I can't tell if there's circle or a cube shape, so I'm just gonna make whatever. We'll bring in a plane. Scale it down. Move it down. Move it over. put them about right there. We'll go into this and extrude them up so they're not that. Make it like that. And they are roughly the width of those, maybe just a little bit. Just a wee bit smaller. And we really can't tell how deep they are, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go like this. I'm going to select these, scale them in, bevel. Smooth those, delete this face, and just move them up till they barely sit inside of there. We will probably move it like that so it's in the corner. And select this, and we will set the origin to geometry. 3D cursor, I don't know if a mirror is going to actually work. It may be better to set the cursor to that. It seems to be a little bit more. Now let's see how a mirror works on this. We will set the origin to 3D cursor, generate a mirror, and it doesn't really work. Is there any way to slightly... No. No, we'll just duplicate those, move along the X, duplicate, move along the Y. And then into geometry. So they're kind of even to each other. Yeah, like that. All right, that is the couch. It doesn't really look like the photo. I kind of, not really, kind of do my own thing on like the handles and stuff. I actually think I need to scale this in. There. Scale in the X a wee bit. Something like that. And then cheat. And just redo a mirror. Oh, that's interesting. It's good enough. Don't worry about it. It's just a basic couch. Nothing fancy. So yeah, that was my modeling of a couch. I will see you guys next time.